Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? I hope y'all fine. So we won 6-1. 6-1. 6-1. 6-1. 6-1 to start the season off. We won 6-1 against Frankfurt in a game that honestly is again another game of two halves, really. So the first half was exceptionally well. Like it was very similar to like the game against Leipzig in the Super Cup, where we were dominant, not just offensively, because we're always, not always, but we're a lot of times we are dominant offensively. But most importantly, we were dominant defensively, superb. And then the second half comes around, and I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. And we're actually dominant. We're not dominant in the second half, but we are good. Right, we're not. Let's obviously first half you'd say we're dominant. Second half, I'd say we were very calm, composed. We tried to keep the ball and limit Frankfurt's chances, which we did. Unfortunately, due to a rather silly mistake, honestly, by Neuer, and you could say by Lucas Hernandez as well. They got a goal. Okay, unfortunate. It happens, but it's unfortunate, but it happens. Now, the thing for me, though, is, yes, it was a silly mistake, and yes, there were moments for about, 5 to 10 minutes where Frankfurt looked really good, but they're supposed to look really good. We're not supposed to have a game under control for 90 minutes. But what I like to see is that it wasn't a whole collapse like it usually is. Like, usually we just collapse for, 30 minutes. Another team, they either come back or they win. That wasn't the case this time. Frankfurt had a good 5-10 minute spell, but that was it. They didn't really create much there either. Like they got close, but Upamecano shut them down. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. Our defense today looked amazing. I know obviously the plaudits will go to the attack, and typically if you concede a goal, your defense is not amazing. But Upamecano today was outstanding. And for a player that has been under a lot of criticism, a lot justified, a lot not justified. I think people always go a little bit too far. I think he was very, very good today. Like, he was a very, very good today. So I want to just give praise to him kind of before we talk about obviously the attack. Now the attack on the other hand, before we go there, our midfield, Sabitzer, very good. Kimmich, exceptionally good. This was the kind of Kimmich that I always like to see, because I know he can do this. It just happens. Not rarely. It doesn't happen rarely. Like, offensively, it happens every week. Like, offensively, every single week, there's he's getting 5-6 through balls every single week. Sometimes it's the defensive side of things where he's a little slow. Not bad. People always say he's not a defensive midfielder. He isn't a defensive midfielder. But he's a midfielder that has a lot of qualities, both offensively and defensively. He's just a little slow, and I feel like he's been slow for the last 6 months or so. And that's why we've been struggling so much. I do think he's more than enough for that position, in all honesty, but obviously you can get a specialist in there, and so that Kimmich can exploit his offensive capabilities a lot more. And Sabitzer, with the way he's been playing today and the way he was playing against Leipzig in the Super Cup, he is improving. And it's crazy how he's a completely different player than last season, which last season was really, really bad considering what we've seen from him in the past. Sorry, I don't know whether I've got the Rona or whether I've just got a sore throat all week. But it is what it is. With that said, Kimmich, really, really good. As I said, exceptionally good. I really, really like what I saw from Kimmich. Again, I like Kimmich. He's one of the 2 players at this point. 3 players at this point. Okay, there's more. But he's one of the few players. Let's leave it at few, right? Let's not categorize them, but he's one of the few players that I actually like, which means I tend to be a lot more critical on those that I like. So Kimmich is a player that I tend to be quite critical of, because I can know what he can do. So today we saw what he can do. Now let's talk about our offense, right? Let's talk about our offense. We'll get to. We scored 6 goals. Musiala took Musiala with 2 goals. Not much needs to be said more. No. We don't need to say more. What I liked as well, there's a little, not off topic, but what I liked is Mane scoring. That was nice. But for me, most importantly, it wasn't Mane scoring. It was the Gnabry-Mane partnership flourishing. Gnabry with the assist to Mane, and Mane gets the goal. That's what I wanted to see. That partnership needs to develop. It needs time. It needs to breathe. And then we saw that. Mazraoui, De Ligt, Gravenberch, all of them came on during the game. I thought Tell had a lot of good touches. Obviously, I think a lot of us were very excited to see what he was going to do. He had a lot of good touches. I feel like he should have been up front though, because he played wide, like a lot on the left and then a lot on the right, and I feel like he should have just played centrally. Again, I don't know what Nagelsmann told him where he should play. A lot of good touches, but ultimately, like, not that much, you know, in the grand scheme of things. But that's fine. I just want him to integrate with the squad at the moment. You've got Gravenberch, who came on for Sabitzer. Gravenberch looked good, really good, but you could make the argument that we started to lose the game. We started to lose control a little bit when he came on for that spell of like 5 to 10 minutes that I mentioned earlier, where Frankfurt kind of looked like they were getting back. But I do think they started doing that at the beginning, at the end of Sabitzer's time on the pitch before Gravenberch came back on. Formation wise, we played a 4-2. Let's go with 4-2-2-2. If you actually look at the like average position of the players on the pitch that they showed at halftime, it really was a 4-4-2 rather than 4-2-2-2. But we'll go with a 4-2-2-2 for now. Although I think looking at the actual like average position, it was more of a 4-4-2 really. Moving on. How can I say moving on? Gnabry scored. Amazing. Only a time player that didn't score was Müller. He got 2 assists though. So hey, I'm not going to complain. Kimmich scored from a free kick. I liked seeing that. Then you've had Pavard, who scored from like, you could say it was from a corner. It really wasn't. It was like, you know, the aftermath of a corner, but just danger from corners. I like seeing that. So Kimmich, Pavard, you've had the likes of, who else scored? Gnabry. Gnabry could have gotten an assist as well for Müller. Yeah, pretty poor pass from him. Müller misses as well, but it was more so on the pass really. But Gnabry, Mane, of course, and then you've got Musiala twice, who I think was the standout player today. Him or Kimmich or Upamecano, those three I thought were like the standout players today. Kimmich, Musiala, Upamecano. I want to say I'm gonna give it to Musiala. I really am. I'm gonna give it to Musiala. All right, I'm biased here. I know that. I'm gonna give it to Musiala. I liked what I saw from him. He was spectacular. 2 goals. You see, because look, last week I was really busy. This week I was really busy too, as well, and I don't have time to record, and that's the issue. But maybe like next week, I'll do a video. We'll do a stream actually. You know, we'll do a discussion. And we'll also discuss this game in detail. Maybe Sunday I should maybe have some bit more time. But we're gonna do a discussion about what we expect from each player, like how many goals and assists we expect from each player, because I think that's a very interesting discussion, and I have very interesting thoughts because I made that same thing last year, and I want to see how last year my prediction compared to the actual results, and we're gonna do it for this season and see what my prediction for this season, how it reflects at the end of the season. So overall, very solid game. If I had to rank our game, I'd rank our game a 9 out of 10. A lot of good things. And we're playing against the Europa League champion as well. A team that will likely maybe come in the top 6. Like 6th, 5th, somewhere 7th, 6th, 5th, around there. But a lot of good moments of this game. I just can't give it a 10 out of 10 just yet, because we didn't we didn't do the first half for 90 minutes. I'm about to die. So I'm going to stop speaking right here. I'll just say I'll see you all next time. Until then, have a nice day. Also, this season should be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of things planned, unfortunately. I had a lot of things planned today, well, this week as well.